been in internal comms for about 6 years, but I've been in communications for about 10. I think I've always been really good at dealing with people and communicating with people, and it seemed like a very obvious choice after graduating uni that I wanted to go into communications. I actually started on my placement year at Honda. I did PR, internal comms, social events, marketing. I was really lucky that they invited me back, and I did a mixed comms role again when I came back. After that, I moved into external comms for a little bit, working for a small agency and then on to another car manufacturer. And then following that, I actually moved into internal comms in about 2016, 2017, where I joined Virgin Media. Now, Virgin Media was a real whirlwind for me. It was my first proper standalone internal comms role. I was a bit hesitant before joining because I wasn't sure if I wanted to specialise, but after about 3 to 4 months I realised that not only was I really good at it, but I really enjoyed it. And after Virgin Media, I joined a company called Dice, which is a entertainment tech company. They were also a startup, and when I joined, they were just getting into their scale-up phase. After Dice, I moved on to a company called Dojo, where I'm currently looking at internal communications for leadership and for product and for business-wide comms as well. Always be aware of your surroundings, not just in the business you're in, but also within the industry as well. Keeping up with trends, upskilling yourself, whether that be paid training or just going to networking events and looking at what free resources are available to you. I'd also recommend everyone in internal comms look at commercial aspects of a business as well, really understand the business that you work in, because really that's where we add value. The COVID-19 pandemic changed the business landscape, especially for internal comms. Not only were we more important, but people really understood the value that we could offer a business. But also when we look at audiences, they change their approach about how they interact with businesses, and they want more compromise and they want more transparency and they want more flexibility. And as internal communicators, part of our job is to offer that, but we also have to cater for those who aren't used to that and who are used to a previous kind of model of working where everything was quite structured and they accepted information quite freely. I get a lot of joy out of seeing how my work has made someone else's work easier to do, or they understand a project a little bit more, or simply they want to engage and enjoy working at the company. Translating some of the more complex issues and making them into more understandable and more accessible forms of communications and resources is super important, because actually it makes people feel involved in the journey and it helps them to understand how they play a part in the business's success. Being more transparent about what we do. We are very resourceful, but we base a lot of our work in kind of different communication principles that have been around for ages. We use the same terminology, we use some of the same practices as our colleagues in external communications, even social media, even in marketing. The way we approach internal comms is less light and fluffy as everyone previously assumed. Actually, it's really structured, and actually we run huge campaigns. I think making more obvious examples of that, but also helping businesses to really champion internal comms and talk about it more openly will really help attract people towards the profession.